Hey guys, this is Jack with Seaboard Marine, and today I'm going to be showing you how to remove an SMX impeller with our SMX impeller puller. So I've already taken the liberty of removing the bolts, or loosening the bolts from the backing plate. Just a 13mm bolt. And it's the same procedure when it's on the boat or on the bench, just it'll be a little bit harder when it's on the boat. So once you get the backing plate off, you take our impeller puller and you insert it here into this key, and you want to lock it into position. Does it lock? There we go. You want to take a 14mm socket, wrench, breaker bar, whatever you need, and you just crank it out. It's pretty straightforward. It is a little bit different than the Sherwood style, which is just threaded with a bolt. And ours here is a little bit greasy, so it's coming out with ease. You might have a little bit of a harder time doing it, but just like that. Then you're ready to put in a new Super 27 impeller. When we install new impellers at Seaboard, we like to use a synthetic grease as opposed to a petroleum-based grease, because a petroleum-based grease could compromise the rubber of the impeller over time while it's sitting on the shelf ready to be shipped out. When installing one on a boat, any kind of grease will do fine, because the raw water pump will flush the system and there won't be any more grease in the housing or on the impeller. The idea behind the grease is just to help you install the impeller, and once the water is running through the pump, it'll flush it out and it'll be okay. And what I like to do is I like to, if it's on the bench, be able to move the housing and just do a generous amount around the outside. Get a little bit on the shaft. And that should be enough. Then you take your new impeller. I like to have it at an angle, just like that. It doesn't matter which way the blades go. The pump will correct itself once it's installed in the boat. I just like to spin it because it makes a cool noise, and it just, makes sure everything's proper. Once the impeller is installed, you're going to want to install a new O-ring for the backing plate, and that just slides right into place. And what we like to do is take a little bit more of that grease and go over the vanes of the impeller and go over the new O-ring. And when I was being trained how to do this by Tony himself, he told me to take a little bit more grease and just throw it on the backing plate, because that impeller is going to be butting up against that backing plate, and that grease is just really going to help make a seal. Throw a little bit more grease on the bolts.
Any kind of grease here, right?
Anti-seize is ideal because you don't want those seizing to the housing. But yeah, any grease will do fine. And then you just tighten the bolts. Doesn't take much. And then you're ready to reinstall the pump, or if it's already on the boat, you're ready to check for leaks, test run. Removing the Sherwood is generally the same process. It takes a 16mm fine thread bolt, and it just threads right in here at the top of the impeller itself. And it butts up against the drive shaft of the pump. And then you just crank away. Just like that. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out our other videos, check out our forum, and we'll catch you next time.